Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Notion finance budgeting templates because first I think that this type of video is something that could be added to the Notion space, and also because after doing some research I'm realizing that my generation isn't that great at managing their finances, generally speaking. I'm Sam Lee. I'm a content creator and published Notion template creator and affiliate. I currently have 4 Notion free templates and 1 paid template, and it can all be found in the description below. Here's a quick overview of what we'll be covering in today's video. First, we're gonna go over some key financial statistics and information that made me want to look into this topic a little further. Then we're going to walk through some of the featured and free Notion finance templates, including the pros and cons of each template in order for people who are interested in looking at these templates to understand them a bit better. And finally, we'll conclude with actions you can take today to start improving your financial management. If any of that sounds interesting or important to you, feel free to continue watching and don't forget to like and subscribe. First, let's talk about some key important financial metrics. I looked into some statistics and information on what college or recently graduated college students might be thinking about, and 3 things that were consistently coming up were first, student loan debt, second, credit card debt, and finally, struggling or having troubles with managing budgets. First, on student loan debt, according to the Federal Student Aid and Office of the Department of Education, as of the end of 2023, 43.2 million Americans hold federal student loan debt with a total national balance of over $0.16 trillion. Furthermore, according to the National Center for Education Statistics, between the academic years of 2011 to 2012 and 2021 to 2022, the average college tuition has risen 13%. Meaning the number of students having to rely on student loans has also gone up. Concerning credit card debt, a November 2023 bank rate survey of 2,350 US adults found that 49% of cardholders carried credit card debt from month to month, up from 39% in 2021. Finally, with budgeting, according to NerdWallet, nearly 1 in 5 Americans, or 18%, think their generation is bad at managing money, and 68% of Gen Zers say that their generation has had a harder time making ends meet than the previous generations. So what's a solution to all of these problems? Budgeting. And to clarify, it's one solution. There are many solutions. One solution that I think has a slight issue attached to it is currently the Notion template gallery. It's a template gallery of literally thousands of Notion templates that have been made by creators, by Notion, and specifically when looking at the personal finance budgeting templates, it's unclear where exactly one should start. Specifically, there are 422 budget templates, 143 investing templates, and 39 net worth templates under the personal finance templates category as of June 2024. Just to clarify, this video is a start on how to approach these templates. After looking through the majority of these templates, I wanted to highlight 3 key templates that A, were created by Notion, and B, are free, so you can start right away without any payment. Metrics that I want to use to rate each of the following 3 Notion templates are as follows. First, ease of use. Second, comprehensiveness. And third, visual appeal. There's technically a 4th optional one about integrations because Notion is typically very good about integrating other softwares and platforms, but because of this specific type of category and the templates we'll be looking over, that won't exactly be a necessary metric for this time. All right, let's get started. All right, the first template we'll be reviewing is the personal finance tracker. The first thing we want to do is see what this toggle list has, which is about the different database automations. I love that feature. I think automations really save you a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. Next, we see that there's a database that is, it should be a gallery view with different views based on the quarter that you are budgeting for. Going further down, we see another copied view of the database, income on the left side and expenses on the right. It's also important to always check hidden groups to see what exactly might be going on that the creator was thinking about, and here it's the specific months. Finally, I think this is a nice touch as well. We have a tax database that allows us to look at certain expenses that might be subjected to tax. Going into the specific pages, we see that per month we have a breakdown of expenses, income, some formulas that allow us to calculate income, expenditures, net, and all of that. And going into these databases, they're a bit simpler, and we see that there are just certain simple properties. So these two are actually not linked views of the other database, they're separate. And then going into the final database, we see that this estimated tax has actually been done via formula, which I think is also a very important tool for Notion databases, and that is the specific formula that the Notion team used to calculate this number. Overall, I think that this is a solid database, and I will use the metrics that we talked about to rate it. The strengths of this database include its ease of use, specifically its automation, such as when a new item in the income or expenses database is added, the date properties equal to today's date. Another strength of this template is its comprehensiveness. We can see that in the database properties where there's monthly expenses, incomes, and relations and formulas in order to provide more information and less manual inputting. Something that I think this template could improve on is its visual appeal. There could be a more variety of database views, because right now it's a pretty simplistic outlook. But overall, I think that would be more customizable, and the user should be able to switch that around as they see fit. All right, let's move on to the second template we want to review, which is titled Household Budget Sheet. As we can see, once again, going from up to down there, first is a button that allows us to clear any variable income and expenses. Great touch. On the left, we have an income database depending on who might be contributing. As you can see, it's a pretty simple database. And then on the right side, we have an expenses database. So the flip side of that, also pretty simple. And that seems to be it. So I think that covers the overview of the template. So strengths of this template would include, first, ease of use. I really like the button at the top that allows you to use this template on a monthly basis. It's applicable for all sorts of household formations. So if you have no roommates, 2 roommates, 4 roommates, etc., you'll just be able to add and delete rows of that database as you see fit. And it's really easy to tag new items, which is appreciated. I think ways that this template could potentially improve is, first, on visual appeal. There could be some more household imagery, maybe links to common ways to budget, just to take the template a bit further. And then secondly, I also think comprehensiveness. There's only a monthly view, but if we added weekly views, yearly views, that might help the housemates better understand what they need to be focusing on in terms of covering their expenses in a given day, week, whatever time frame. All right, the final template we're reviewing today is the budget sheet. This seems pretty similar to the last one, with the same button about getting rid of expenses that aren't fixed to the month, so you can start each month fresh. On the left side, we have the income database, just number properties, no formulas this time around. And then on the right side, naturally we'll have expenses, also on a monthly basis, looking at mortgage, water bills, other utility bills. And I like that there's actually a formula here where it shows if you've overspent or underspent compared to your set budget, and it groups into an okay category and overspent category. I really, really like that. Going over some pros and cons for this template, I think a strength is definitely its comprehensiveness. Its groups of okay and overspent can be broadened to more different categories depending on your liking. I think ways that this template could improve is, first, on visual appeal, adding different database views and potentially different targets so people have a better understanding of how to use the template. And then secondly, ease of use. I think the lack of automations hurts this template a little bit, just because, again, there seems to be a lot of manual entries, whereas automations such as when you add an entry, the date is automatically set to now or today, things like that will just make this template a bit easier to use. I want to say a quick disclaimer about template reviews. Obviously, I'm applying 2024 standards and the latest updates of Notion to past templates, so perhaps some of these features weren't yet available, but for users downloading these templates potentially now or in the future, these tips are helpful to know. So what to do now in order to start improving your finances? First, feel free to take a look for yourself at those 3 templates we just walked through. I'll be linking them in the description below. And feel free to comment down below if you want to see more of these template reviews, whether that is finance and budgeting related or other categories of Notion, which range from life, school, work, and more. feel free to look at the templates I've created as well for a starting point. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I post videos weekly, and I also have a newsletter, which I'll be linking in the description below if you want to continue looking at similar content about Notion and also just the general life of a 22-year-old graduate. My other accounts such as Instagram, X, Notion, TikTok will also be linked below if you're interested. So feel free to check those out as well. That's all for now, and we'll see you next time.